Counterattack with Greg Mescall back on this Water Polo Wednesday. We jump right in with the women's senior national team on to week 2 of World Cup qualification. As a reminder, they've already qualified, but still awesome opportunity for high-level water polo. Last week, after an opening day loss to Spain, Team USA bouncing back with 2 strong victories, including a thrilling win over Italy, 14-13 last Thursday. They finished up play in Rotterdam, the Netherlands at 2-1. Afterwards, we caught up with Maddie Musselman.
Learning from our mistakes, not making the same ones over and over again, and that's something we've talked about in our team meetings, is making sure that, hey, if you make a mistake, let's move on to the next moment, next pass, next defensive play, and you're only going to get better from there. And I think playing teams that are at the top of their game, a lot of them have their full roster. What a cool opportunity to do that in. Let's see how you can move on mentally. And I think just learning from each moment, not only where you've failed or where you've had success, but maybe it's communication, maybe it's seeing what someone else is doing and be able to take advantage of that. Like, hey, that worked for Jordan or that worked for Maggie, how can I try that? And I think just kind of learning, especially with this younger group, they can take that with them when they go back to their college team next year, or when they get invited back to the national team.
Team USA back in the pool this week, now in Athens, Greece. Today they meet Hungary. Tomorrow, Italy. Friday they close things out with the Netherlands. And don't forget the roster competing at this World Cup qualifier, a mixture of returning veterans and high-level high school athletes. We'll be sure to update you with all the results next week on the show. Don't forget live streaming of every match available through the World Aquatics YouTube channel. And we have to remind you, speaking of World Aquatics, USA Water Polo is hosting the men's and women's World Cup Super Finals. They're coming to Southern California at the end of June. The women up first in Long Beach, the men to follow in Los Angeles. Ticket information and more coming soon at usawaterpolo.org. On to high school water polo, champions crowned in the state of Florida. The long drought over for the boys of St. Thomas Aquinas. They take the top spot there. And then how about a dynasty building for Lake Nona? 3 straight Florida championships. Congrats to the girls team. On to the Cap 7 college water polo scoreboard. We have just 1 week of the regular season left, and things are getting tight in Big West play. What a year for the conference. In a highly anticipated battle in Hawaii, UC Irvine gets the win on the road to give the Rainbow Wahine their first conference loss, 11-10. UCLA over Cal 11-6, and Michigan 1 goal better than Princeton 7-6. A couple of rivalry matchups this weekend on TV. The Crosstown Splashdown USC at UCLA, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And then the Big Splash, Stanford at Cal, also 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Both matches airing on the Pac-12 networks. And now for our Anywave goal of the week, take it back to UC Davis, Long Beach State. Here's the game winner from the beach, Mariah Walker, with 5 seconds left in overtime, able to hit, and that lifts Long Beach State to the victory on the road. And our social media send-off, we go out to Italy. Johnny Hooper, Max Irving, teammates of Team USA, also teammates in club play with Telemar in Italy. Congrats on the big victory there. Looking forward to seeing Johnny, Max, and the rest of the guys back with Team USA this June in Southern California. That's all for this week's episode. Thanks so much for joining us. And don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.